Well, I'm still fighting the people that are telling everybody that there's no money at FEMA, and that is ridiculous, and it's hurting people like my family who were in a flood, and it took everything we had, the house, the business, everything, and if it wasn't for FEMA, my father would be sleeping on the street with my mother, and that's not, and it just, what amazes me, they think that everything in the government is bad, and there are bad things in the government, but it's not all bad, man. We got an army that helps us a lot. We got health care that helps us a lot. I mean, there's good things and there's bad things. And if you're saying everything is bad, then that sounds stupid. It's kind of like every individual. Because I do one bad thing, then I'm all bad? No. And the problem with that it's hurting people. Sure, you're allowed to say anything there, but when it hurts other people, man, I think that's immoral. So people who say that to me are immoral and have no idea what being a human is about. Let me show you 60 programs, okay, that the government has money for right now, okay, and they're going to have it for a long time. And sure, eventually things run out and they get more. They got a printing press down on Pennsylvania Avenue. I don't know if you've seen it when you come to town. They just print this stuff up. But right now, the coffers are loaded to solve the current problem. And you don't trust what you read on the internet, me or anybody else. You go to the office that's giving out the money. They're the ones that have to stand by it, and they know the facts. The people that read an outlier and this person, did this or whatever, that doesn't mean the whole world is that way. You have to go to the source. And the source that is not going to lie to you are .gov. I mean, it's not all the time, of course, but .gov and .org, and they're the ones, because they're nonprofit organizations, they're there to help community. .coms are here to make money, and they'll do anything they can short of shooting somebody on the street to make sure they get money. Well, maybe they do that too, I don't know. But you know what I mean. So we're here to help each other, and most humans do that. The people who don't think that's right, or don't think or are telling lies about the help we have for people that live in this country are just despicable to me. I mean, why would you do that? It just seems inhuman. And that's what we're creating. Okay, let me go through a list. And I have it here. A good place to get this list is chat.openai.com, and you get a list. It's very easy. Just put give me 60 items FEMA will pay for if you're a declared disaster area by the White House. See, that's how the disaster money works. You have to be declared as a disaster area by the White House, then all this money flows, and they can't start giving out that money until it flows. And particularly, don't forget, these are organizations. I mean, how efficient is your household? Mine isn't, or my business, man. I screw up all the time. Of course, I'm not going to do it perfectly. I don't know why we think the bureaucracy is going to be any different. I mean, call Comcast and see if you could get a problem fixed with Comcast. Man, you'll get the runaround like nobody knows. But let me go through this list. I have a link I'll put in the description to have it, but if not, you could go to chat.openai.com and put in 60 FEMA items that FEMA will pay for. Okay, let's go quickly. Okay, there's a lot here. Okay. Temporary housing. Rent for temporary housing if your home is uninhabitable. How do you like that? Home repairs. Assistance with essential home repairs to make your home safe and habitable. Replacement of personal property. That's right, you lose shit, right? And you should have seen when Wyatt went back to my parents' house and shoveled out for 2 or 3 weeks, the stuff. I mean, it's not only stuff, the memories that were all destroyed because of the flood. I mean, it takes more than just your possessions. It takes part of your heart. And your heart is laying out in the yard with like trash, and that's your life. That's your everything. and it's just deplorable. They're the deplorable one to say that government's not there to help you. Shit, nobody else is. I'll tell you that. Okay, so replacement of personal property. Said vehicle repairs and replacement. That's right, a new car. Okay, medical expenses, dental expenses, funeral expenses, childcare costs, personal items like eyeglasses, hearing aids, and medical equipment. Storage costs. Right, you got to store the stuff that you have left and can use. I mean, you have no place to put them. Okay, storage costs, moving expenses. Right, you're not going to live in that house that's now just a bag of broken stuff. Moving expense, crisis counseling, yes, mental health. That's one of the most important problems of all this, and that's available for free. Okay, legal services, yes, there's even free legal services to fight FEMA if you don't get satisfied. That's right, free legal help to fight to get more money from FEMA. Wow. Low interest loans, yes. Okay, my father's business got money, and it was forgivable. Yeah, for his business. Flood insurance claims, utility expenses, okay, flood assistance, short-term food support and disaster survival, water and sanitation, generators, yeah. Hey, man, I have no electricity. I need a generator. Man, that'll keep me going for a little bit, right? Okay, debris removal, who's a whole lot of this shit away, right? Mold remediation, okay, assistance to remove mold from damaged homes, mitigation assistance, funds to reduce the risk of future disasters, okay? That's right. Florida has a program right now, I'll give you $10,000 before this started, to help your house not be hurt by the next flood or storm. And a lot of people didn't apply for that, because, the government doesn't have money. Shit, you just have to learn how to get it. It's not like Google. You can't get it in Google, man. Get out of there. Mitigation assistance, funds to reduce the risk of future. Okay, shelter assistance, short-term shelter for displaced essential appliances. Right, you need refrigerators, stoves, washing machines to keep going. Home accessibility modifications. You're on a wheelchair, man. You're screwed, right? Unless you get help. Federal funeral travel costs. Travel for family members attending a funeral of a disaster victim. How do you like that? You're up in New York City and someone passed away because of the disaster in Florida. Look for travel assistance, okay? Clothing, reimbursement funds for essential clothing, safety devices, all this. Now, every office has different requirement. So when they get the money, then it's up, to your governor and all these people decide how to do it. So it's a lot of the local people. So it's going to be different in every city or state or whatever. So, but you want to do is DisasterAssistance.gov, and it's 800-621-3362. 800-621-3362. Okay, let's go through some more. Here, number 30, emergency communication devices. That's your cell phone, right? Security measures, temporary security, fencing, boarding up of damaged structures, okay? Reimbursement for hotel stays, right? You're not going to sleep on the wind or in the water. Food loss, veterinary expenses. That's right. Care of your pets. Who's taking care of them? Right, FEMA. Okay. A replacement of essential documents. You lost these documents. Landlord repair assistance. Aid for landlords to repair rental properties to make them habitable. Okay, you don't want to fix up your rental car because it's not your house. You get money to the landlord. They do it. Insurance deductible assistance. Okay, that's like a copay. Okay, so they do the copay if you have insurance. School supplies. Reimbursement of storage containers. Snow removal. Well, in Florida, I don't think we have that issue. Mental health treatment for children. Children are the big, they're hurt the worst. Assistance for disabled individuals, cleanup supplies, for sanitation supplies, public transportation vouchers, repair of tools and equipment to fix up your house, repairs of roads and bridges. Well, you probably don't need that, but you do. Replacement of lost income for self-employed individuals, right? So you're not on the unemployment insurance, but you're self-employed. You're still losing income. Check out the self-employment income for individuals. Water delivery, rent and assistance for students. That's right, you're a student. Rent payments for students displaced from their college housing. They're in the dorm. Oh, the dorm is gone. Okay, rent for them. So not only for your home, but for the student, okay? Home elevation grants, okay? make your home higher, repair of buildings, child transportation costs, mental health support of first responders. Yeah, people out there helping people. They need help too. We have to take care of the helper. We have to help the helpers, because without the helpers, we're really screwed, right? And that's where they're the most important thing in our community, are the people that help, the people that volunteer out there and help, risk their life, their work, their everything, just to help other people, because it's a human nature thing. It's the heart that's more important to take care of than your pocketbook. But pocketbook first, okay? Reimbursement of home generators. Yes, you need that now. Temporary disability assistance, soil stabilization, grants for home retrofitting homes for better withstand earthquakes, floods, and windstorms, relocation assistance. Okay, that's 60 program. How we do? So the people that are bad-mouthing, FEMA is out of money, nonsense. It's there, okay? You have to apply. You have to learn how to use the bureaucracy to apply too. You don't make one phone call and fill out a form and the money starts coming in. That may happen, but most likely not. You're going to have to make a dozen calls, 24 calls, or whatever it is to make sure that happens. Don't forget, we're all not perfect. If your household is perfect and everybody can get what they want, my business certainly isn't. I try, but it isn't. We're all human. We have bad parts, bad sides, or everything. And your government is the same way, but it's your government, so you have access to it, and you have the right to it. Not only the fat cats, they're using the hell out of this thing. Believe me, everybody's figuring out, how can I make money with FEMA? Oh, there must be a way. And they're not saving their ass. They're trying to increase their assets with FEMA money. So you go out and save your ass first, because this money is there for everybody. And that's what we at letsgohelp.com are all about, is trying to teach America about what is available to people living in America. That America doesn't advertise, and it's hard to know, and then you have this disinformation nonsense. So you think the government is broke. It is broke, but it's still printing that money. That's another problem for people to solve right now. You got a problem, that's up to your keister, in water. You got to solve that. And the government has tons of dough there to help you do that. And if you're not a member of letsgohelp.com, I have a free report. It's called tryletsgo.com. That will help you get started on all this. And don't forget, this link, maybe I could give you the link right now, because I put it in okay, write this down, bit.ly, bit.ly/3 and then small z and then capital UD, then the number 1, small k, and then capital U. I know that's a pain in the ass, but in the social media, I don't know how to get it up there. I get it up on YouTube. That'll be there. So if you watch this on YouTube, it'll be there. Let's go through it again. bit.ly. If somebody on Instagram or wherever you're watching this could write this in the chat, it'll be good. bit.ly/3, then small z, and then large UD, and then the number 1, then small k, then capital U, okay? One more time, bit.ly/3, small z, capital U, capital D, number 1, small k, capital U, okay? And that, I see, they put it in Braille. Good for you. Thank you so much for doing that. That's what, that's a neighbor. You want a good neighbor, or you want a neighbor that tells you that, that you can't get help when you can. That's why I just really think it's immoral. And people stop doing that. But I've been fighting that my whole life. People badmouth the government. And sure, there's some bad things we have to fix. But particularly in time of emergency, you don't say the government's hangnail or whatever, hangnail on your finger is the whole big problem. No, we're solving the big problem. Those little hangnails that don't look attractive, we'll get rid of them eventually. But you have to work on that by not hurting people, will you? Stop hurting people. We're not human beings to hurt others, okay? And that's a hell of a shitty neighbor if you are. Take care.